needs a shoulder to cry on. Everyone needs a helping hand. Everyone needs someone to rely on. Yes, everyone needs a friend.
Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome to the vlog. I am about to share with you guys my birth story. It is a C-section story and it is a rather positive one, and I'm just so excited that my baby is finally here and I finally met him. And I've just been taking some time off the socials, YouTube, all of the things, just to spend time with my little baby boy, okay? Get to know each other, spend time with my family, and just be present in the first few months of my son's life. But I am finally ready to share with you guys all the events that ensued on the day that I got to meet my baby boy. So sit back and relax and let's talk about it. So last time you heard from me, I was sort of like in a hurry to get things ready for the baby, because if you didn't watch the previous video, then you won't know this, but I was supposed to give birth on the 21st of April. However, at my 37-week appointment, my blood pressure was a little bit high, so my gynae decided that I should rather do a C-section, and they planned the C-section for the following Monday, which was when I was turning 38 weeks on the dot. So I was full term by the time that my son gave birth to me. I'm gonna say gave birth. Ooh, son, even though it's a C-section. By the time that I gave birth to my son, I was 38 weeks on the dot. So he is full term. On the morning of when I was supposed to go into my C-section, I woke up quite early. So they told us to get there at about 5 a.m. and check ourselves in. So I woke up quite early, took a shower. There was this soap, this specific soap that they asked us, that they asked me to wash with. It's this red soap that I had to wash with, that they gave me at the gynae's office. So I took a shower, got ready, everything was ready, my hospital bag was ready, and that's game now organized to the T. So I had all of my stuff ready, and my husband and I left the house at about 4:30, okay, to go to the hospital. As we were leaving the driveway, I felt like quite nauseous and I actually threw up, you know. And I was so worried because I threw up and I felt a little bit nauseous again, but I couldn't down water because I was told by my doctor that I could not eat anything from the previous night at 10 p.m. Until basically the surgery was over. So number one, I was hungry. Number two, I had just thrown up and I couldn't have water. And then I did a quick Google search, and it said that I could have sugar-free bubblegum, and luckily I always had sugar-free bubblegum because that is what would help with my nausea sometimes. So I chewed it like for 2 seconds, literally, just to get the nausea away, and I threw it away because, again, Google is not the doctor. So I just didn't want things to go wrong. I'm such a rule follower that I wanted to do everything the doctor had said to the T, okay? Anyways, but that was the only like bad thing that happened on the day. So we got to the hospital about 4:45. I checked in, and then I was taken to the maternity ward. I got checked in to my own room, actually, and this is where I settled down, put all of the things that I had with me, and waited until it was time to be wheeled off into my surgery. So as I'm waiting there, there kept being nurses coming in and out, okay? So they were checking my vitals, checking my blood pressure, and then I think it was also a change of shift at the maternity ward. because the night nurse was on her way out, but I needed to pee. So I let her know. I was like, what happens if I need to pee? Okay. And she's like, no, 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 no. Please don't go to the bathroom now. I need that pee. And I was like, why? And she's like, hold on. Let me go get the catheter. I need to put in the catheter. Don't just hold it in. I need to put in your catheter so we know that it's been placed correctly, blah, blah, blah. And this is at the end of her shift, mind you. But in any case, she goes and she comes back and she, puts in the catheter, and girl, I scream, okay? I made it to the ward. This is my room. And I'm about to get the catheter in. So, yo. And you can do okay. So, I'm in my own little room here. Hopefully my husband can take a room tour. But I'm actually about to insert my catheter. I need to pee so badly, but they said I mustn't pee because I need my bladder to be full. Pray for me, guys. Yo, I'm so weak. But I have faith that's gonna. Already it's going well. I was not expecting what had happened, okay? I was not expecting that whole situation. If you've ever had a catheter inserted, okay? I just wasn't expecting it. And I scream, okay? I let out the biggest scream. And when it was over, we laughed about it. And I was like, I would have never survived a natural birth at all. And this is how I know God knows me, because Sana, I would have never survived. That catheter experience was just, it was a lot for me, okay? But to be honest, in hindsight, it wasn't that bad. It's just that, number one, I didn't know what to expect. And it was just a surprise, But, after the catheter was in and I was able to let out a little tinkle, I was like, okay, this is quite nice, This is nice. My bladder was empty the whole time. I didn't feel, the pressure of urine pressing against my bladder. I was just like, Sana, catheter into yabantu, and I love it here, So she put in my catheter, and then waited a little bit, and then they obviously changed shifts, and then the new nurses came in, and then they came in to come and put in my drip. Catheter's in. Hey, I don't know how I thought I would be able to do a natural dondon. I'm actually low-key glad I'm getting a Caesar, because it wasn't bad, but it was just like I didn't know what to expect. So anxiety. But it's in now. I can pee. I'm peeing as we speak. Oh, it's in now. Just waiting for the shift to change to get my drip. Hey, they're torn. And yeah, they're doing good. But like I was saying earlier, so far so good. We checked in at casualty. Apparently I'm the 4th to go, so I still have time. It's been clear up. That catheter but it was fine. It was fine. But yeah, let me save my battery. Deport. Now, the lady that was putting my drip started out on this side, and Wati and Jonga, she was like excited because my vein was popping, okay? And she was like, yeah, we've got a vein. As she injects the vein, kwavele laphuma igazi kakhulu, so she couldn't put my drip in this side, so she had to like close the side and then come and put the drip on this side. Now it wasn't bad. I think a lot of my fear of needles comes from just me building it up in my head, you know, because it really wasn't that bad, but my anxiety was just letting me know about yo needle, you know. So I closed my eyes tightly. She put in the drip on this side. It wasn't painful, it was just a little prick. It did burn a little bit when they released the liquids into my bloodstream, but that was just like a second or two, and it was fine, you know. So then I waited a little bit more, and was just chilling for a few more minutes, and they just let me know that my doctor's preparing the OR and I should be getting wheeled in the next few minutes. And nyani kwafika orderlies, and they helped me get into the waiting, sort of like waiting space for the OR.
Up and leave. Take a lot of courage just to live out your dreams. Bigger picture I could see if I just close my eyes. Have the foresight to believe.
And then it was time for me to be wheeled into the actual operating theater. At this time, I'm like flat on my back, on my bed. And then they sort of like helped me onto the operating table, which is like basically another bed. And then this is where then I saw my gynae, and she was blasting gospel music. So I was like, yes, Holy Spirit, activate. Holy Spirit, activate. So she had gospel music blasting on the speakers, and just everyone else was friendly. They just said hello to me, but they were all getting the OR together in essence. And then I met my anesthesiologist, and she was also nice. And she then explained to me about the spinal, what is going to happen, what it does. And I was like, yes, I got this. Like, do your thing, doc. Okay. So they get everything together, all the instruments together, and it was time to basically start. Okay. And the anesthesiologist excused herself because she had to go and scrub in. She went and scrubbed in, and she came back, and she was about to start my spinal now. And she was like, do not move, okay? And at this point, there was a nurse that was like sitting here, that was standing here, sort of to support me so that I don't move for the spinal, okay? Again, because of anxiety, my fear of needles was like, oh, it's gonna hurt. And because like everyone who talks about the spinal injection speaks about it as if it's the worst thing in the world, you know. They say it's this big injection and it's gonna pierce through your spine and you're gonna have back pain for the rest of your life. So all of that stuff is literally coming back into my mind, and I'm just like, oh, this is the worst part. Okay. And then as she goes and pricks, because I think the first injection was to numb the area, and the second was the actual spinal injection to, you know, paralyze me from the waist down or from here down. I don't know. But she injected me twice, okay? The first one was a little prick, you know? But because I built it up in my mind, I was like, I moved a little bit, you know? And then they were like, don't do that. Don't do that, please. It's not going to be good if you move, you know. Try your best to stand still, like, please stay still, you know. So I was like, okay, I got this, okay. But literally it was a little prick. I could barely feel it, okay. And then she went in with the second one. She was like, do not move. And I was like, I got this, not gonna move. Moved but only a little bit, because I was like again building it up in my head. Like, I didn't know what to expect. So my mind just was running wild, but it wasn't bad. Two little pricks, and then they gently let me down onto my back. Okay, and then at this point in time, everything is moving faster because obviously people are now getting into the positions that they need to be in because the main event is about to start. Okay, and at this point in time, my anesthesiologist is just, you know, chatting to me like I think she was trying to calm me down. But yeah, at this point I was not really paying attention to what she was saying because I was very aware of my toes for some reason. At this point, my toes felt cold, like I was feeling cold. But I could wiggle my toes, you know. And every like few seconds I'd wiggle my toes because it just felt like I had pins and needles, and it also felt like my toes were cold. So she's talking, and then all of a sudden, as she's talking, and I'm trying to wiggle my toes, and I couldn't feel my toes. And then this is where like my anxiety went through the roof, because I don't know, for some reason my mind told me, girl, you're paralyzed. What if you're like this forever? I started to panic a little bit. I'm like, I can't feel my toes. Okay, I tell her I can't feel my toes, and she's like, okay, yeah, that's expected. It means that the medicine is working, you know. But I'm like, no, you don't understand. You understand? I can't feel anything. I can't feel my toes. I just need to see if they're there. And I try to stand up. I'm laying down like this. I try to stand up. They're like, no, you can't stand up. You have the spinal. You have to be flat on your back. Like, go back. Please. You can't. Like, you can't be standing up right now. And then, so I was like, oh, okay, what am I going to do? At this point now, the anesthesiologist is trying to put oxygen in my nose because I think I was doing like heavy breathing because I was trying to calm myself down. So I think she thought I couldn't breathe, or I don't know, but she's trying to put oxygen on me. And I was like, what is this? Because it felt like oxygen, like I couldn't breathe the oxygen for the life of me. I was like, what is this? Like, do I need this? Do I need it to be here? She's like, no, it's just oxygen. Do I need it? No, you don't really need it, but you get. I was like, it's so say, but keep it close by in case like I need it. But if I don't need it, please, like I literally can't breathe. And then at this point, my gynecologist is trying to calm me down, and she's like, look at me, blah blah blah. I'm like, where's my husband? And then I don't know, he wasn't by my side yet, so I'm like, where's my husband? Please can he be here? And then they let him in. I don't know where he was, but they brought him to my side, and then I was just holding onto his hand. And then I was like, I'm going to focus on you. I was doing excited, guys, trying to calm myself down. I was like, okay, I'm going to focus on you now. Okay. And then he was trying to get me to calm down. And the song that I was playing on the speaker at this point, Ingoma Eti, It Is Well With My Soul. And then he's like, listen to the lyrics of the song, okay? It is well, like it is well with your soul. And then I was like, yeah, it is well with my soul. And then I eventually calmed down, and then they started. 5 minutes after they had started, okay, after my little breakdown, after my little crash out, 5 minutes, I hear a cry. I'm like, no. That's not the baby. It cannot be. It's been 5 minutes. And he cries again. And then I asked my husband, is that the baby? And he's like, yes, that's the baby. I'm like, no. It can't be. And just like that, literally a few seconds later, they show me the baby. Like, oh, here's your beautiful baby boy. And I'm like, that's it, that's a baby, oh my word. Okay, and I was like, oh, he's so cute. And then they go off and they clean him. Kwalapa in the OR, they had a place for him where they're cleaning him. And at this point, like, I'm a little relieved, okay, because I'm like, oh, okay, the baby's out, he's safe, he can cry, he can breathe, he can do all the things. And then they stitch me up, and then they bring the baby back swaddled in I don't know what they were, some kind of cloth. They bring the baby, and they are now about to take pictures of me, the baby, and my husband. The worst picture you have ever seen in your life. They literally squish the baby on my face like this, because I'm like laying laying on the table like this. They put the baby's head like this and my husband's head like this. So this is how I look in the photo. I'll insert the photo here. But it's the worst photo you've ever seen, but it's such a cute moment where we got to meet our little baby boy, and he got to be a sandwich between mommy and daddy. But yeah, everything after that went pretty quickly. I think most of the time from my C-section was spent preparing for the C-section and probably cleaning up afterwards. But the C-section itself, it was very quick. Okay, it was very quick. It was like done. Okay, and then the orderlies came back and they helped me onto the bed, another bed, the one that I was gonna go into recovery with. They wheel me into recovery and they give me my baby. So my baby is like chilling here. I'm flat on my back. And I'm like, can I sit up a little bit? Because Nandine FOMO, guys. I don't know if it's an anxious thing, but like, I don't like not seeing my surroundings, you know? But right now, I'm like flat on my back and they're wheeling me. I can't see where I'm going, but it was fine because I was looking at my little baby like, you're so cute. Like, newborns are scary, but to be honest, my baby was so beautiful. He had chubby cheeks. He was just the most beautiful newborn I have ever seen. Okay, and that's just not the hormones talking. My newborn was cute, you know, because I was prepared, but newborns do look a little scary. Okay, but my baby was so cute. We get wheeled into recovery. And Kegwa recovery, it's like zen. It's like going to the spa. It's like go quiet, payana, go polile, and you just like you get to breathe, you know, because this whole time my mind hadn't caught up to what was happening, because I was just my brain was trying to match what was happening and what I thought was going to happen, and I was just not present in the moment. Okay, but when I was at recovery, I was then like, oh, okay, present, just looking at my baby, looking at all his little facial features, and then they came and, you know, put him on my breast to try and like feed him and stuff. At this point they did the technique themselves, to put the breast in the baby's mouth, and they were just like hold him like this, and they were just doing the thing for me. And then he was just there. He did latch on immediately. But our breastfeeding journey is another one that was a roller coaster. I will share with you guys that journey probably in another video. But he latched on immediately. And then, yeah, so we were just chilling there in recovery for a while until it was time. I don't know how long we were in there. It was probably 20 minutes or an hour. I'm not sure. But yeah, we were in there. And then I just took a nap, you know, with the baby on my arm like this. Not like a deep nap. I just closed my eyes and relaxed. And then they came back to wheel me back to the ward, to my room. And this is where we reunited with my husband, and we put the baby down in his little bassinet that they had for him. And that was basically my baby's first day on this earth. Like, by 10 o'clock in the morning, everything was done. You know, I had been chilling, and I was served breakfast. Finally, because I was famished. Okay. But funny enough, when I was in the recovery room and in the operating theater, I couldn't feel like I was hungry anymore. The hunger only came like just as the food was arriving. So I don't know, maybe it was all of the adrenaline that did that, but food was the last thing on my mind. And I've been obsessed with this little baby boy ever since. Update, ndingumzali womntu. Baby's here next to me. He's asleep. I had a little bit of breakfast, not much. And then a little bit after that, I threw up. So I feel good right now. I feel so good, but to say drowsy, I'm starting to get my feeling back in my legs, which is great. And my husband is out getting food for himself, and I just asked him to bring me some snacks because I know in the middle of the night there's a phone or something to snack on. My lunch just arrived. I'm quite excited to eat, but I'm galant because I just had breakfast. I'm gonna show you guys my lunch. Yeah, my baby's here. I'm obsessed with him. Already breastfed like a couple of times, and the latch is on point. Like we latch her straight away. Yeah, sucking straight away. I'm so proud of him. Like you'd swear about good I have it the way I'm so proud of his latch on the boob. But I think they've given me some pain medication, so it's making me super drowsy. But on top of that, go to work this morning, and then I took a nap from 3 a.m. to 4 a.m. Then we got ready to come here, so I'm definitely feeling that. But I just came on to update you guys. And I am obsessed. But I'm tired, so I'll speak with you guys somewhere along the line.
Time don't move backwards, it speeds to the future, fearlessly charging for.
Good morning, everybody. So I've just survived my first night with the baby. The time is like 8:42 currently. Because baby is asleep. Shame he wasn't too bad. He slept through the night. I kept having to wake him up every 4 hours to feed. And then at 5 a.m. all of a sudden, wow, he had a little bit of a freak out. Walila. So I did everything, changed him, fed him, shushed him. Nothing was working. The nurses took him for a bit. Nothing was working. He was just crying. And then eventually what ended up helping is I put on white noise for him, like ocean sounds, and Dambeka Pesfumin with the ocean sounds, and then he fell right asleep. And he's been sleeping ever since. So, yeah, man,
otherwise everything is good. I can walk. I just walked to the bathroom not so long ago. I am not feeling any pain. But yeah, we are doing good. I thought I should come and update you guys because I haven't been vlogging at all because I just, anxiety. So I didn't want to be in my head because I don't know what to expect. Drip is out, catheter's out. I'm just waiting for my breakfast so that I can go and shower afterwards. Be fresh. But while baby is sleeping, I'm also trying to sleep as well. Because last night, as much as he was asleep, I couldn't sleep that much. Like every little sound, okay, all right. And then if he hasn't moved for a while, like I'd put my finger here to see if he's still breathing. So yeah, a little bit overprotective. But yeah, that is the update for today. Well, for this morning. And I'll catch up with you guys somewhere. I don't know. Might end the vlog here, but might catch up with you guys somewhere along the line.
Charging forward when I open my mouth, though I may not know how. I know I was born to sing. Travel.
Hey y'all. So I just got a visit from my mom. I'm eating chocolate, but I'm just trying to walk around a little bit because Owen is confined to the bed. While I am doing that, let me give you guys a quick room tour since I'm alone. The baby's getting checked, so let me show you guys. It's the room, pretty much. Little sink. In here is bathroom. So yeah, let me chill a little bit and watch young Sheldon while I wait for them to bring the baby back.